You did it. You did it, everybody. You're
Wow.
here. We're here. Um,
Yes.
thank you for lending us your ears. We're so happy to be here with you on during Pride Month.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to introduce my co-host first. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
a man that I would like to wear as a blanket, and I mean that in the most brotherly, loving way possible. Omar Najam.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I would like to introduce our host this week, and I mean this in the most brotherly way. I would wear him like a snuggie, but specifically that white family that's going camping in the
Mm,
commercial for the
mm-hmm.
snuggie. Do you remember
Yeah.
that one where they're just like, and you're like, this isn't really camping, but they look comfortable, and that's how I feel around you. It's Sandeep Parikh.
Thank you so much. I I will be. Thank you, audience. I will be your white family anytime.
Thank you.
Anytime you need me. Anytime you need me.
Next time I'm in trouble, I will call you upon you in this favor.
So yes, I am the host this week. Um, you know, generally we have a game of some sort during this podcast where one of us wins host, and it's very illustrious, and the other one is relegated
Mhm.
to poor lowly co-host. But this is a week. This is a week of love and a celebration of love.
Yeah.
So we can be co-host is host. Yeah, well, these are just words. I mean. And no, I did not take mushrooms. Okay, so don't even. Listen, our show is ABCD. It's American Born Chatty Desis. It's a podcast within a live stream, within our two lives as American Born Desis. It's a pod duckin'. Get your T-shirts. This is for anyone out there who, like us, are navigating our cultural identities and just want to chat it out.
Yes, folks. We have such a good show ready for you today. That's right. First, we're going to do our chakra check in with Let's Get Proud. We're going to talk about Let's Get Proud. Diego is so excited about
Yeah, Diego producer is
that,
very,
that
very in
segment.
love with this segment title. So
We'll be singing
he
it.
got. Let's just say he got proud of that.
He got proud.
He got proud of
He
that
got
segment
proud.
title, and we're proud of him too. So
And we're
it's good.
so proud of him too. We'll be talking about pride and doing a little check-in. Then we go to our game where we're gonna ask ourselves, it could be gayer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, could this be
finally,
gayer?
could this be gayer? It could be gayer. And finally, we're gonna move on to our Desi of the week.
That is right. At first, we got to shout out to our sponsors, DesiQuest.
Mhm.
DesiQuest is an actual play tabletop role-playing game set in a South Asian mythological universe. Built, written, created by star game master Jasmine That Bronze Girl Buller, with
Mhm.
like an incredible cast that includes the two of us. So it's incredible.
Yes.
And then here's what makes it incredibler is a Critical Role star Anjali Bhimani.
No.
Also recently on Dimension 20, and then
Yep.
Dimension 20 darling Rekha Shankar, and then and then me and Omar. Did I mention us? We're amazing. It's gonna be great. We're so excited, but we already shot it. We're in post production. This thing is just it's right there. I mean, I know folks are salivating. We can't wait to announce all sorts of fun things, and that's what we're gonna be doing all summer as we continue to trudge through post, making the best possible show for you. So if you want all the information up to the minute, all the behind the scenes and the special little, shout outs and first dibs on merch and all that fun stuff, then please hit up our mailing list at DesiQuest.com, DesiQuest.com. Oh, and then no, yeah,
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Our second sponsor is folks, you. That's right, the people who support us on Patreon. Head over to patreon.com/EffinFunny. That's EffinFunny. We've got multiple tiers for contributions. At $5 a month, you get to play with us during our after show here on Twitch. And then for $10 a month, we sing your name in the credits. That's right. That's right. Sandeep sings your name while playing guitar, and that song's getting long. Let's see if we can get a full 237 on this bad boy. Let's see if we can get a vinyl press of everyone's names. And there's a ton of other fun stuff on there. So go and check out our Patreon and support a couple Daisies in the creative arts and help keep the ABC lights on. Again, that's patreon.com/EffinFunny.
But now it is time to start the show.
Oh.
And we're kicking it off with the chakra check-in. Yes. We're getting proud. Let's get proud.
Let's get proud.
Right?
If we break it up, we can't get sued, right? It's just consecutive.
Yeah, and plus I'm pretty pitchy. So I think
they'll never know.
Yeah, there's no like AI that's gonna pick it up. Yeah. Really. It'll be so off key. So I think we'll be all right. All right. So okay, let's do this. Let's get into it.
Let's hop right in.
Yeah.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. Happy Pride. I was just talking about this with you in the pre-show. I just went to my local Pride celebration.
Yeah,
it was excellent. Brought my young son. And I don't know. I was just sitting there thinking like, wow, this is so cool. And how different it was for me growing up. And how different it's going to be for him, in terms of sexuality, gender, and inclusion, and his understanding of, whether he ends up where on the spectrum he ends up, where in the LGBTQIA lineup he is or is not. He will be so like lovingly immersed and have so many role models that are out and proud that it's just like, how special, how cool, how could you not want that for the next generation? That's the piece I can't really understand, because when you go to those celebrations, they're so loving, they're so, and you can just see that the folks out there, they're really, they're so happy to be able to be themselves and be around each other. And you're just like, who doesn't want this? Like, who's against this? I don't like. Have you just never, like, I don't know. Have you never had delicious cake before? I just don't like. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's
unfathomable. So
it's like 1990s Disney villains. When you're like, you're the asshole, right?
Right.
You have to know, and you're like, we're gonna kill the kingdom and do it. And you're like, that you're the asshole of the story. Like, there's no getting around it.
Right. Yeah, no one's like, I'm the good guy. I want to murder everyone that's different than me. Right? I'm the good guy.
Right? That's amazing, man. And is he having a good time? Is he enjoying the Pride celebrations?
Oh, he freaking loved it. I mean, yeah, he's like waving. He's hit to him. It's like a bunch of people singing and marching in a parade and wearing. Like, all he wants is color. Kids are gay. All kids are gay.
Yeah. All
Basically,
kids are gay.
I'm
We're
like,
saying it. Clip it.
I'm just go ahead and say it. Like, he's, all he wants to wear is stuff that's so colorful. Be like, just unabashedly gleeful and joyful. And I'm just like I can't. To me, like, trying to put him in a straight box is almost that's the offense, or a cis box. To me, is like that's me drawing the boundaries over whatever possibilities that he wants to explore in his life. So I'm just like I can't stand the idea. I mean, I don't even know if I would be saying this even 4 years ago before we had him necessarily, but now seeing it in the flesh. Like, the fact that he's picking out the shirts he wants to wear, the most colorful stuff, like the most, dresses, like whatever. I will say no to nothing. I'm just like, dude, whatever suits your fancy. Like,
you want to wear it, you wear it.
Yeah. Wear it. Enjoy it. Love it.
I love that. Because also in our, and I'm not the most like drenched in, subcontinental culture all the time. But culturally, we do have a lot of issues with stuff like machismo and gender identity. In the homeland, there's huge issues in terms of like who has rights to do what. And so that's amazing. That's so good. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm so happy to hear that he's living it up and having a great time.
Yeah, and look, I mean, listen, he it's interesting because he really is trying to understand how the world functions. So he
Hmm.
is bringing up this stuff to us, like being like, so kings are boys, right, and queens are girls, right? Like he's like trying to
Hmm.
parse like societal norms for things, and so it is like he's bringing it to us as the like authority figures to like help him
Right.
understand like what he's trying to puzzle out, right?
Hmm.
um
Hmm.
and so like we have every bit of power to redefine like what his definitions of these things are
Right.
and will be going forward, and whether they're flexible or whether they're not.
Hmm.
And whether he it's so fascinating because we've it's like, and by the way, we're not sitting there going like we're gonna have a conversation about pronouns, son. Like we don't,
Right.
we're not he's bringing it up based upon his like life experience, being like, oh, he literally was like, oh, so there is she and there is he, like he's doing it himself, trying to
He's
understand
got
the
it. Yeah.
concept of pronouns, and then for us to just be like, well, yeah, and some people don't identify as he or she and some people identify as they, and he's like,
Hmm.
oh, and he's like, I'm a they today. I'm like, all right, cool, you're a they today. Like, what does it
Yeah,
fucking
fam.
matter? Like, what does it matter? Like, he's, and by the way, he will be like, I'm definitely a he. I'm a boy, and he'll sort of state he'll state that stuff and be like, dresses are for girls. I don't want to wear a dress. And we're like, okay, if that's where you're at right now, cool.
Hmm.
Today, you know,
Yeah.
like that's the other piece of it for me. Sorry to go on a long rant, but
Let's
it's
do
like
it.
it's like we even tried to introduce this concept of like when he like doesn't like a certain food,
Hmm. Hmm.
that will be like, oh yeah, you don't like spinach today. That's okay. You don't
Right.
like it today.
Yeah.
And instead of this idea of like, you don't like spinach, you'll never like spinach, like, oh, I've decided I don't like spinach, right?
Yes.
Like, yeah, like that's how you're feeling right now. No problem. Let's revisit it tomorrow. you know?
I love that because folks can get boxed in to stuff like you're difficult, you're this, you're whatever, and that labeling has an effect on your mind as a whole
Yeah.
thing. So that's great that you're just like, okay, this is simple. You're just not having spinach today.
That we
Got it.
box ourselves in is my point. Like
Yeah.
if we're like,
Right.
oh, our son doesn't like spinach, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it's like he's boxed himself in by saying that day, and then we're just like adding to that, right?
Yep.
We're
Yep.
we're going, okay, we're gonna justify this, and like the next time we like he doesn't, no, I'm so sorry, he doesn't like spinach. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, he might have just like, it might have been a vibe that day. I just think we do this a lot with a lot of things,
Hmm.
that like, I just, I just don't, I just don't like this
Yeah.
thing, this type of music. It's like, oh, really? You don't like every country song? Like, there might be some that hit you
Yeah.
in a different way,
Hmm.
a different day. We're very malleable, and I think we change a lot, and we don't give ourselves enough grace for that.
I love that because that's the spirit, right, of so much of the general discussion in the month of June, which is, and to the greater conversation, which is like, just let people be. There's a lot of specific historical stuff to celebrate. No cops at Pride, but at the core of it is also just like you're there to celebrate everybody celebrating themselves and each other. It's
Yeah.
that simple. And I love that so much. That's so great. I'm so glad he's having a good time. That's so good. I mean, it's just a party. It's a festival.
It is. It's a festival. It's a festival of like, he asked me to explain it to him too. He's like, so what is this? Like, what is Pride? Like, what is Pride Month? He was asking these questions, and I was just like, well, and I'm trying to like explain it to a 4-year-old now. So I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah. So once upon a time, there were people who said you couldn't love who you wanted to love, right? It's like there are people that loved certain people and they weren't allowed to, and like right there he was like, what? like
Yes.
it made no sense to
Yes.
him. It sounded like
Yes.
fucking insane. And I was like, yeah. And so now we're not doing that. We're trying to stop that. We're trying to let everybody love who they want to love.
Mm-hmm.
Whether a man wants to love a man, or a woman wants to love a woman, or someone who doesn't identify as man or woman wants to love whomever they want to love.
Yeah.
Like, just like explaining it to him. He's like, yeah, Uh-huh. Cool. Like he like that, like the idea that there were people that wanted to stop that was so, crazy to him.
I mean, when you put it, like, if you were to explain it to a child, which you were doing, but like explaining like queer history in Los Angeles, it's like there were cops that would go into bars, and if two men were dancing too close to each other, they would go to jail, and there had to be specific lawyers who would be like, I'm going to represent
Wild.
these people to pull them, and cops would just be like, hey, you're dancing too, the
Yeah.
worst chaperone at a middle school dance being a cop and putting you in jail because you danced too
Yeah.
close to somebody. Like that's fucking wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
And that's the
It's wild,
mildest way to put it.
and I really just
Like,
hope it's not a future he ever has to, like,
yeah.
grow up in. Um, yeah. So how is it for you? I feel like I've been chatting a lot about my experience, but how was it for you growing up?
Ooh, that's a great question. My parents were very my parents were incredibly open about queerness. I don't think the most
Oh wow.
educated, but they were very accepting. Sometimes to the point where I was like, "You're being a little patronizing."
Okay.
But like we hosted a wedding at our house for two men at one point when I was a child, and so my parents raised us in an environment that
Wow. So they're super progressive, I'd
super
say, for
progressive.
especially for Desi immigrant
Yeah,
parents.
absolutely. Like they at no point did we grow up with, I mean, I do think that there were some detrimental like 80s jokes and Peter Sellers sort of characters and stuff that they would
Sure.
reference that wasn't great. But in terms of like direct practice, they would always be like, yeah, you accept everybody.
Right.
Um, and that then translated to pretty much all of their kids being queer on some level, and being comfortable to kind of come out. There have been some difficult conversations in my family as we become adults because my parents are confused about things like pronouns and stuff. Um, but which is honestly a
Which
sentence
is
that is ridiculous for me to say out loud. That's like me
that what
saying
that they're confused about pronouns?
about pronouns, and I really
Can I
quick,
just
I'll
say?
just
Yeah.
yeah,
No. No. No.
please,
Go.
no, please.
Oh, I just want to say this because I want to have some grace for the pronouns
Okay,
situation,
yeah.
for especially for immigrants
hmm
and
hmm
for first gen, second gen, because like, you know, English was my parents' fourth language. Okay, there's so many exceptions in English as it is. It's
Right.
already like a shit show. you know and like they worked so hard to figure out how to make it work out here,
Right.
right? To like to be able to rise the ranks of their jobs and go whatever it is, go to corporate meetings, go to PTA meetings, like just try to figure
Yeah.
out how to navigate life as English as a fourth language for them.
Right.
So now like whatever they had down, they finally got some shit down. And then now you're gonna be like, all right, listen, this plural pronoun has to be
Like
used
you
as
are
a
wrong,
singular.
actually.
You're like,
Yeah.
nah, come on. I just learned the thing. And then I think even as like for me, like as as a kid of an immigrant, it's like I was so rooting for like Zim or something, or like
hmm
a singular sounding pronoun, because I just want for grammatically is what I was
hmm
rooting for, just because it was such an identifier, it was such a marker in our
Yeah.
town of how different and how we didn't belong, was like my parents, I don't want to say inability to communicate. They can communicate rather well, but like
hmm
it was just such an obvious like barrier. So like for me, being really grammatically correct was like super important.
Right.
So it's like this is a purely grammar based argument.
Yes.
But then have a friend, who goes by they them,
hmm
and they were like, well, just think of me as two people.
That's what my youngest sibling did. And
Yeah,
it was interesting because any hesitation or pushback my mom gave
I was like,
of
that's cool.
the confusion, because my mom kind of also kicked in with some other, I hesitate to say traditional, but like I would say like problematically cultural standpoints. I would then react to that with what I believe to be traditional Indian and Hindu conversations by being like, "Hey, that's colonial. Like,
Mm,
he and she being the only things is colonial. The Brits brought that. So if you want to
mm,
be like really Indian, go back to our old texts, go back to our old stories. You have God switching gender, being gender fluid. You
mm,
have people talking about how your soul can inhabit different bodies. So whatever you're locked into is something that was brought to you in 1950. It's
mm.
not, if you want to really
Right.
truly,
It doesn't go way back. I know we get
yeah,
into this mindset of like what, yeah, whatever happened in the 50s is basically like happened ever, for 2,000 years before.
yeah.
Like this idea that it's like, yeah, totally, that it's ancient history, but it's really not. Um,
So yeah, it was,
that's
but it
interesting.
was, and I think I've shared this before, but just for the sake of it, because it's June, coming out to my parents as ace was very funny because my youngest sibling came out as trans and non-binary, and my parents were confused and talking, and my mom was just like, "So what? Everyone's queer?" And I was like, "Well, I'm asexual," and my mom went, "No, you're not," and moved on, and I was like, "That's the funniest
Yeah.
response."
Wrong answer.
Yeah.
Try again.
So that was
Yeah.
absolutely zany. But I mean, but the thing is, like, whatever they and they're also on weird Facebook groups and stuff. So like they are finding ways, especially
Define
this
weird
month.
Facebook groups.
Like my dad will just be like, will show me a meme, and he's like, "Is this funny?" And it's clearly like a right wing terrible thing, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
"No,
yeah.
give me your computer.
Oh,
We're
so you
reading
Yeah.
mean
this
the
one."
standard Facebook group then?
The
Right.
standard. You're right.
Right.
Sorry. Yeah.
The what
They
So
don't
you
have
mean
Facebook.
Facebook groups?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it really went. That website really went from like, "Hey, we all like built a spill, right?" to like January 6th again this year. How we feeling? Like,
Yeah.
what a shift.
It's
But
tough.
yeah,
It's tough, but it sounds like they are generally accepting. There's
yes,
no love lost. It sounds like between you and your
not at all. It
family.
is,
That's
whatever struggles they have to learn. I feel like I respect that they are doing everything they're doing, because if someone's like, "Okay, whatever," I don't feel
yeah,
like that's actually changing your mind. Even if your
yeah,
heart's fine, you're not working through it. So, you've got your heart chakra in check. That's great. But your third eye, you're not really doing a whole lot of work there.
yeah,
So, I appreciate that my parents are pushing through every step to fully understand and appreciate and celebrate. And that's the thing I like. That's the thing I like that they're doing. So.
yeah. It's this weird thing because like for that's awesome. For me, it's there's a couple family members, close family members that have come out, um, and based on my parents' reaction,
Mhm.
I have two, some mixed feelings where I'm like, kind of, by the way, they're I struggle to say the word accepting, but I will
Mhm.
say that their love for them hasn't changed.
Yeah.
They love them dearly. Will treat them in all the ways that they would treat any cousin of ours, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um, but they still express their difficulty with the concept. Like it's still
Right.
it's not an open acceptance. It's not a like it's not what I was talking about earlier of like duh, this obviously you should be able to do. Like it's not it's definitely not that.
Mhm.
It is a lot more, like, well, this, we still love, it's a little, hate the sin, not the sinner kind of a vibe
Right.
to it.
Right.
And and the mixed emotions, like I'm almost thankful that I am straight, a straight cis man,
Mhm.
because it is just easier. It's like, but just purely based on that. Now, based
Right.
upon all the amazing lifestyle and cool parties that I feel like I'm not as much a part of, I wish I was not. I feel like it would be a much more interesting life. But it's like it is this weird thing where I'm like, wow, I really do have it easier,
Right.
because I know my parents have difficulty. There is a bias for them still, and it would be a lot more challenging. But then I also wonder, like, man, if one of us did come out as queer,
Would that change?
would that
their
change them?
perspective.
Would that
Yeah.
melt their hearts in a different way? Would they have a different perspective on it than if it was a cousin? You know, probably. And then I also wonder this. I sit there and go like, you know, hold on, Mom, you got 6 brothers and sisters. Like, really, none of them are. No, you think none of them are? You think none of them are queer? Really?
Yeah.
And like all of their, you know, spouses.
Mhm.
That's 12
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Just statistically speaking. I mean, yeah, it's just interesting. But yeah, you know, I for us it was like, you know, when we and we'll move on to the next segment soon after this, but like I wanted to make sure that as a very kind of down the middle straight dude, that like I wanted my cousins to feel like super embraced and loved, and respect. Like they actually, my cousin and his partner married us at a sort of hybrid Indian ceremony, and so that for us was also like, yeah. By the way, everybody, we look up to their coupledom as like
the bar.
As the bar. As like
Yeah.
the pinnacle, you know, like their relationship is so beautiful to us that we want to emulate it, because it doesn't matter that they're both guys, that like the way they love each other is what we love and is what we want to hold ourselves to. Right. And wanted to just like literally put that in all of our families' faces, and for like them to like hopefully have to reconcile with that a little bit, to be like, yeah, they are that respected by this generation. You know, you don't have to worry about. Like, this is the thing. This is the thing. My cousin, my grandfather, wanted to understand them better when they came out to him. He did this really cool thing where he's like, okay, I want to stay with you. I want to stay at your house for a week.
Oh wow!
And he stayed with them. Yeah, he just wanted to like be around them to see what it was like, literally. And I'm like talk about progressive, and talk about like so open. He is more open than I think his kids are. His kids were, because he took it in such an interesting way. And after staying with them, he was like, okay, I get it now. Because from their generation, it was saying that you're gay or queer in any way meant you were cast out of society and the family, and you know, everyone. You were outcast. Or you had to hide it, and you had to do all these unscrupulous things. There was criminal activity, like it was all underground, and you know, people died. People like, so to him it was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose you. And then once he realized, oh no, I'm not. In fact, all of your cousins love you the same. Once he experienced that, he was like, okay, this is great. I get it. So I'm like,
I love that. I love that. Let me.
I wish more people could be like my dada.
Yeah, me too.
That way.
Man.
All right.
Oh, what a great way to wrap that up, because I feel like that's such a great, especially like Desi perspective on like, that's the thing especially for the old generation. But you know, we, Sandeep, exist in kind of a different sphere. We live in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's true.
And I feel like we ask ourselves different questions. Like, for example, our next segment, could this be gayer?
I don't know if that sound effect good. That was perfect.
That's right, folks. We will be. Well, actually, we haven't explained what this is, and I'm so excited. Do you want to take this, Sandeep? Do you want to
sure.
pitch this?
So the idea is that, like, listen, there's a lot of merch. There's a lot of you know what, you're finally being accepted when everybody's trying to sell you shit. When you're trying to when capitalism is trying to capitalize on whatever your movement is and take your money, you're like, oh, we're finally making it. You know? And I think you'd have to be living under a rock to not have seen all the merch that's been coming out surrounding Pride, and some of it is pretty cringe. Some of it, hey, it's great. Again, it's it's putting everything out there. It's making it more normalized and more real, and we love that. But we're also going to take the piss out of it a little bit, and we're going to go through some products, okay? And we're gonna pitch some ideas on how to make them, more gay, more fantastical, more awesome, and we're gonna have a special guest join us for this as well. And so we'd like to bring on our editor, Sean, who is a part of the LGBTQ community. Welcome, Sean. And he's here because I'm so straight. Basically, to balance me, to give me shit. I don't know. Sean, why are you here? Why are you here? You just want to be in the show. What's
Hi, gay. That's what I want to say first. All right.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's pride. You gotta have some representation.
Let's
okay?
go.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
true.
Are you having a good pride so far, Sean?
I am, though. I gotta be honest. When Sandeep was talking about going to the Pride parade and spending it with his kid and experiencing all this, I have yet to go to a Pride event.
No.
And
that's
okay.
And today I played beach volleyball instead, which I feel like is kind of anti-Pride. Is that crazy?
Is it?
I was very much channeling the Top Gun volleyball scene.
Yeah.
Okay, 100%
Which
pride.
I feel like is very homoerotic, and I think is pride in its own way.
100% homoerotic. And that is the gayest scene of that movie in the best way. And so I think you're doing great, Sean. So don't.
Oh my God,
don't
Sandeep,
feel
that
bad.
means so much coming from you.
From a straight cis man.
Straight man, that means so much. Thank you so much.
You're doing
for
gay
that.
great.
You're
If I could put my
great.
straight stamp on how you're doing your pride.
I'll take it. I'll put it
You're
on my
playing with the
envelope.
boys. Come on, you're doing fine.
So, did you have a soundtrack for volleyball?
No, we actually didn't today. We did not
Okay.
have nothing.
Okay,
Just the
never
sound
mind.
of the
Take it back.
waves.
You know,
Okay.
I came from the Tonys though. Shout out to
Okay.
Kimbo.
You're
who
back,
did
and we're
win.
back.
Yeah, exactly. So I was listening to a lot of musical theater today, which I feel very gay about that as well, which is great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're in. So I feel like you passed the credentials test.
Okay, thank God.
Says the straight guy, and then the guy that's on the plus of the LGBTQ plus.
Yeah.
Listen, hey Omar, I
Yeah.
am trying to get them to move that up.
Thank
I'm
you.
trying
Can
to
you
get to
talk
asexual.
to them?
I'm trying to
Thank
get it to
you.
be ALGBT.
I-
Just alphabetical order would be a
reorder.
lot easier for everybody, I say.
It would,
ally
absolutely.
LGBT sounds great.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I was gonna say, where am I on the? Can is there a place for allies?
Well,
on the-
listen, Sandeep, it's a spectrum,
Or just
right?
I'm
So,
out. I'm just
Here's
out.
the thing, Sandeep.
I'm on the
you
outside looking in.
You can literally, Sandeep, you ever heard of queer baiting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have.
you could just
Sandeep
do
made a
that.
career out of it. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Sandeep. You made Legend of Neil, which I feel like automatically makes
There's
you
a lot of-
kind of gay.
A lot of butts in it. A lot of butts. A lot
Yeah.
of exposed butts.
Absolutely. So I think I don't want to give you the card yet, because I haven't talked to my superiors. But
Oh my gosh. Please.
but I think you're allowed. You're absolutely allowed.
Wow. Okay.
There it
Um,
is.
I've
Look
had
at that.
several people, my wife included, say when they first met me they thought I was gay. Does that count for anything?
That actually really does. Actually, we should be celebrating you this month. that is actually.
I've had several people.
See,
who are-
conversely, it's hard to believe. I've had people that asked me out thinking I was straight.
No.
And I had to be like, oh, sorry, sis.
Sorry,
sis.
babe.
Yeah, sorry, babe.
Sorry, chicks. This one's taken.
Sorry,
This
chicks.
dame wants to hit on me.
Sorry, you
whatever.
bird. I don't do broads.
Yeah, I had
Is that what you
people
said?
think that I was straight, including I think actually someone on this call thought I was straight for a little bit, which is
I just.
Yep,
Are you talking about
somebody
me?
you did.
I just didn't know. I'm not going to assume anything.
No, Omar, it was not you. It was
It's definitely not
So
me.
deep.
I didn't. What? How am I supposed to? What am I supposed to know? Listen.
You can't stereotype me. You can't tell from the voice.
To be clear, also, I am also bi. So the second I have
Oh.
chemistry, like a mild
Well.
amount of like, this person's fun to talk to, I'm just like, oh, you're queer. Got it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Hmm.
Absolutely get that.
Yeah. So if you're a chore, you're straight.
Well,
that's
wait.
on
Are you hearing the note?
Hear that, Sandeep?
I think I'll just sit out this segment.
No, we need you.
No, because here's the thing, folks. We're gonna go
We're gonna
through
just
some
sit out
products and
the
we're gonna
podcast.
pitch. We're gonna pitch them to Shauna. How we would make them gayer.
What's hilarious is that I feel like I was in the conversation to like what this segment was, and even now to this moment, I do not understand what exactly it is we're doing.
Hey,
you know?
guess what? We don't either.
Okay, hilarious.
And you're gonna like now. And now, if you can't fix it in post, it's your fault because you're on the segment. So
And you're the
editing
judge
this.
for it too. So
This is Pride Month, Sandeep. I'm not editing this. What are you talking about? I have the month off.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I have
this is
the
going
month
out
off.
as
Sounds
it lies.
good.
Then
I don't know what
God,
you mean.
can you imagine if all the gays got June off? That would be
Oh my gosh.
incredible.
All the
That's-
Republican senators would have anyone to fuck.
that have a month. So we're gonna cycle through a couple products and we're gonna pitch to you, Sean, how we would probably just make them a little bit more inclusive.
Let's
a little.
do it. And I do want to say, I know you
Yeah.
all started this podcast with being like, "Oh, it's a month of love. It's Pride Month. It is, we're not doing co-host and host.
Yeah.
It's because we're not about labels. Here's the thing:
Love is love is love,
LGBTQ,
yeah. Mhm.
all about those fucking labels. All right. So
Good.
I want
I'm
you
glad
to
I'm not saying
know
it.
that I absolutely will be judging you, and I will be choosing a winner. Whether or not you
Okay.
take that as fact is up to you, but I will definitely be judging you
work
and
it.
choosing a winner.
Okay.
I'm gonna work it.
Okay.
Okay,
All
work
right.
it, bitch.
here we
Literally
go.
work it, bitch.
all right, here we go. Your first product is the Body and Balls grooming kit.
Easy.
the-
Starting off with a low baller, but
This is, I think we.
I mean,
yeah. Yeah.
Like first of all, right? Just add a an extension or whatever that
Mhm.
sucks your dick. I mean, like it's already
Okay, I like
there.
this.
You're
I
already
do
you're
like
already
this.
down there. So add a fleshlight adapter
I'm
and
So Sandeep,
fucking
you're
let's
saying
go.
that gay people actually don't know how to suck dick, so they need to get a machine to do it for them.
I'm saying gay people like their dick sucked, and so why not also have a machine do it? That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay, cool.
I don't think that's controversial.
Omar?
Okay. Yeah. Oh well, mine was going to be adding a rainbow.
You get one, Omar. You get one, but I'm not gonna let you just walk the park.
Adding-
Walk in the park with this for every single one. You know.
What about? And I want to be clear. I'm pitching this like I'm in the exact meetings.
Of
Okay.
course.
What about if it's his and his balls and body grooming?
Oh,
It's a couple's.
Yeah.
So like you do it while you're docking.
Or is it like, wait, is it like, I like that idea. And then also, or is it like, a nuclear device where you both have to be, like, you both have to have the
Near each
keys. You got
other.
to turn them at the same time. Both balls have to be set and
grooming.
ready to groom for the thing to function.
Okay,
know what I'm
Sandeep,
saying?
I love how you're emphasizing the codependency of gay people, which is very accurate.
It's a
So
connective moment.
I do like that. Now, here's my question.
Okay, sure.
And this is a
Here
little
we
bit
go.
serious, and this is for both of you.
Oh, serious.
Now-
Okay.
Now, listen, in the current climate,
Uh-huh.
grooming is such a loaded term
Oh,
in
good
regards
Right.
to the LGBTQ community, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm wondering,
All right.
for each of you, is there a better pitch for like how we term this, kind of like how we spin this as like a positive, or how we
Yeah.
like get away from the whole grooming aspect of it?
Yeah, we 100% would
Yeah.
get rid of that word there. So Sandeep, we're left with balls and body.
I mean, here's my problem with the whole grooming thing is that it's like entirely inaccurate. So I more want to shift the idea that gays are grooming anyone to like, who's grooming who? You're the ones like forcing kids to learn fucking Christmas carols. Like, who's grooming people? The church is grooming people. Gay people are
see.
not grooming people. You're
So-
grooming them to
So
close
So we
themselves
add
off.
all of that.
yeah, so we have balls and body. The church is actually the ones grooming your youth.
Yeah, who's grooming who? I mean, who are the ones that the fucking like actual pedophilic cases? Is it the Catholic Church or is it RuPaul's fucking Drag Race?
Now,
I think it's
Sandeep,
the Catholic Church.
This is taking
Sorry.
up a lot of real estate on the packaging. I love all what you're saying, but we do have to get kind of like a sound bite, like a quick little catchy little phrase, right? Do you think you could synthesize that into like a singular idea that's like a catchphrase?
Yeah, it would just be balls and body grooming, parenthetical, not like the church. That's all.
Okay.
It's just clarifying that we're not grooming like the church does.
Omar, do you have a
that's
rebuttal?
really
I guess I'd call it.
Well, Bed Bath and Beyond has gone out of business. Rip. So I'm thinking
The
maybe
original queens.
So I'm thinking maybe we just add Beyond at the end. Balls, body, and beyond.
That's funny. That's pretty great.
So Omar, what you're saying is
I like that.
We market our product by putting in a different IP, kind of.
Yeah.
We're really expanding our brand by using a dead IP.
Because here's the thing, for me, groom, like the process of trimming yourself is not like a date night. Sandeep is under the impression it is, and his pitches are constantly like, we do this together.
Constantly. We've done one pitch and it's constantly like
constantly.
God,
So I'm
sometimes.
That wasn't even my pitch. Mine was the fleshlight adapter.
Sandeep, this is Omar's time.
You're
This is actually
right.
Omar's
You're
time.
right.
This is Omar's time to speak. So
All right.
Maybe balls, body, and poppers.
all right. I've come to a conclusion based on all of these really, really great ideas. And I don't want to say that like any of you are giving bad ideas because we're blue skying this right now. And I do think that all of these are absolutely like we could market this. We could
good.
We could work with it, you know?
Mhm.
I do have to think the winner of this round, I gotta say Sandeep. You know?
What?
Yeah.
For which idea? For
Because
which idea?
Omar, here's the thing.
For which terrible idea?
The rainbow automatically bad start, right? Because
Wow.
you're pandering to the norm. And
Yeah.
we're not about the norm here at
Okay.
Bed Bath and Body Works or whoever this
Yeah.
balls and body and grooming.
Balls, body, and beyond. But
We
yeah.
want a product that makes
Mhm.
you question things. You know, we want a product that has a paragraph about the church and how it and its institutionalized
Okay.
grooming practices
Okay.
and how the
Thank
LGBTQ community is not involved in that whatsoever.
I'm getting a better sense of the company's
Who has altar boys? Is
drive.
all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. I'm operating at a disadvantage here. I will say because I'm closer on the general scales of my taste skews more towards lesbian culture. I have a Phoebe Bridgers tattoo on my body. I don't know how to turn it.
And you just got that right for this podcast.
For this,
right?
yeah,
So
it's
so
still
you can
red
say
and
that.
I still have my second skin on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
listen, Omar, I'm definitely taking that into account. Absolutely.
you,
All
thank
right.
you.
I'm definitely taking that into account. And let's be real. Let's be very
Mhm.
clear. All right.
Okay.
Gay women are also gay.
Yes.
I know I'm the first person to say that.
Wow.
But that is
Wow.
true.
Taking a stand.
Okay. First, you heard it. You heard it here first, folks.
So I'm saying if you want
okay.
to market towards gay women as well,
Mhm.
While I might not be the best adjudicator of that, I
Mhm.
do have one of the two words in common with them. So
Okay. Perfect.
I think I am. I think I also have like a ton of gay women friends. You
That's
know, it's like
amazing.
it's so many I can't even name them. You know, it's like
Binders
Wow.
full. Yeah. All right.
it's just like so many of them. you
Okay, so maybe
know?
All right.
for this
This
next
is
one,
great.
I'll
Sean, just
pitch
edit
it
all
this
that
way,
stuff
yeah.
out.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Sandeep wins
Next.
for this first
Okay.
one. Let's go to the next one.
All right, here we go.
All right, next up we have Blu Atlas Cologne.
I said I was this one. I was
Okay.
pitching to the lesbian community. Okay.
Yeah, Omar, why don't you start? Why don't you start?
You know what? Jenny Lewis. On the front of this. Let's get rid of that BA, and let's put an icon in a suit. I'm thinking a white Jenny Lewis in the white with like rainbow ombre suit. It's not for the rainbow colors. It's just what was she had for Voyager, and that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Let's just
Real quick, Omar, I'm not Googling Jenny Lewis, but how do you spell that so I just know who this icon is?
You
And,
are
like-
because you're 17 years old. That's why.
Wow.
I'm just a little baby.
NNYLEWIS. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So
and
I say a series of gay icons.
okay.
Yeah.
Name 5 more then.
Freddie Mercury.
Okay, we're talking about you're doing lesbian icons though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so name 5 more lesbian icons.
I'm so glad this is it.
Tessa
Sandeep,
Thompson.
you're up next.
Tessa
can help.
Thompson. Brie Larson.
Rosie
all
O'Donnell.
3 singers in Boy Genius. Rosie O'Donnell, I heard shouted out. I will go ahead and give that Margaret Cho. Well, no, I'm not pitching to gay men, so not Margaret Cho. Sorry. Like
See,
an
take your Tara.
anti-Ellen. There
Omar,
you go.
you did mention some really great ones. I will say Brie Larson is definitely a gay icon. Okay,
Thank you.
I don't know if it's a lesbian icon, but I think umbrella terms, I think it's all of them. You did not, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to dock you points.
Xena.
You did not mention Stephanie Shu, right? Everything Everywhere All at
listening.
Once.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting docked points. Okay.
Okay.
He also didn't mention. He also didn't mention everyone in Orange Is the New Black. So I feel like that's.
I was getting close.
Where was
there.
Natasha Lyonne? Omar, where was Natasha Lyonne?
Probably hard at work on another excellent
Oh
season
my
of
God,
television.
you know she is. You know she is chain smoking in that writer's room right now, coming up with the next best thing, right?
So gay icons, the collection. That's my pitch.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Sandeep, what have you for ideas?
It's pretty good. I just think I think you got to change the fragrance itself. I think it should smell
Okay.
like the rumor of Zac Efron being gay, not Zac Efron. It should smell like the rumor.
So gossip.
Yeah, it's the scent of gossip. That's what I want. That's what I want.
And
I feel like
Sandeep, what
that.
does gossip smell like?
You know it.
What's
you
the
know
scent?
what it smells. You know what it smells like.
I know I do, Sandeep, but I'm wondering about your taste
It makes
and
you.
like what you smell.
It's one of those indescribable smells but you know it when you smell it, and you kind of like have to you turn and you're like, did I catch a whiff of that? And it sort of goes away. You can't tell where it's coming from. Like it should be a cologne that you don't know who's wearing it.
That's the whole thing about cologne, is that it's not meant for a specific person. It's like it's supposed to just be in the air, right?
It's like yeah, exactly.
Anonymity,
Exactly.
absolutely, Sandeep. Anonymity, because the gay community is all about being quiet and subdued, and
these are not my words.
Like absolutely, just
these are not my
blending
words.
in with the crowd, right? It's like that's the whole
no,
thing.
it's making everyone smell like the smell. You know, it's spreading the smell. And so you're not sure who it is because you think it might be everybody.
So it's about conformity. Yeah.
It's about inclusion. It's about, it should be more like it's a contagion.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
If I lose this one, I swear to God.
So is this like a grooming cologne that you're pitching here, Sandeep?
I swear
Watch
to God.
me doing backflips trying to get Sandeep to win, but honestly, I cannot see. Sandeep, listen.
What? Why can't it's like
I don't want to say you fumbled the bag because I honestly don't even think you had it in the first place, babe.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think
I gotta say, yeah, it's just everything about your argument was incorrect, and everything about Omar's was correct. Yeah,
I'm
so
pretty
I think
straight.
This one has to go to Omar. This one has to go to Omar, absolutely.
I think I agree.
And with this point, can I say that for Christmas, we're going to release one where Kristen Stewart ends up with the Aubrey Plaza character instead of the clearly toxic character for a Christmas lesbian Hulu film.
Gotcha. Actually, this one goes to Sandeep.
Oh, amazing.
All right. What's
All
our
right.
next product?
What's next?
Next up, we got good old Levi's blue jeans.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, okay, yes, this one's
So I get to
really...
go first?
Well, actually, heads or tails, Sandeep? Say heads or tails.
Heads or tails?
I didn't flip a coin. I'll say you go first.
Okay, great. I'm glad that worked. We all loved the Reebok pump, right?
Yes.
So I think we want shrink to fit jeans that also where you can regulate the bulge. You know? So it's not just more bulge, it's what the bulge you want to present.
How do you pump it?
Wait, Omar, let him cook. Tell me more, Sandeep.
Yeah. How do you pulp it? How do you pump it? I mean, the button in the front, obviously. And it can also be pumped by your lover or whomever you want to pump it, you know? So that's basically it though. Yeah, you add add a Reeboks pump bulge
Now, okay, Sandeep.
to the shrink to fit jeans. I mean, it just, to me, it's obvious
Sandeep, okay, I'll say this.
because size matters.
I will say absolutely. I am loving this idea. In fact, I'm going to move this idea on through the initial phase, and we are now making a commercial. Okay, we are making commercial for these new pump jeans. Okay,
and by the way, this is good for straight men too. I mean, this is
absolutely, and yeah, exactly. You're playing to your audience. So I just want you to tell me what this commercial looks like for these jeans. Okay, what's the copy? What are the visuals? What's going on in this commercial?
Dude, I'm too tired for that shit.
You took so many UCB classes, Sandeep. You have to get the game, okay?
Okay, yes, and all right. It's listen, it's here's the thing. You don't even show the product. You don't even show the product. You show the reactions. You show this person walking. You don't even see the jeans, and you just see the turns, the looks, the blushes, the emotion that it presents.
Whoa,
yeah, what are they into?
What's the
like what are they like stopping everything? You know, the window washer that's like, huh? And then lets go of the bucket because they're just so distracted by whatever it is. And then it's just boom, QR code. Don't even
wow,
nothing.
Just a QR code.
You don't say what it is. Nothing.
So we're not pulling a Batman situation. We're going to zoom in on the butt and zoom in on the crotch.
No. You leave it up to the imagination.
Okay.
Yeah. That's basically what it is.
Sandeep, I love this idea. Okay. So I think I'm going to toss it over to Omar with the full knowledge that Sandeep is going to win this round. Okay. So try your best, but
jeans really in today's day and age for summer?
Yes, Mitch. Tell me more.
Got 3 words for you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Negative size inseam. That's right. We're going up. We're going up.
Okay.
Omar, I know I said Sandeep was gonna win, but you really have me intrigued with this one. Okay.
Damn it.
What does a product like a negative size inseam look like on a person?
It's a V cut. It's a V cut up. I want to boys. I want to see them hips. I want to see those hips. Target is always going like, oh, it's June, so here's shorts that have a 6-inch inseam. No. We're going up. We're actually going, this is going to cut up. So we're going to show off as much of those worked out legs as we possibly can. Sun's out, buns out, Sean.
Okay, Omar, question for you. Mm-hmm. Do you see taint?
Yes.
Okay. How about
no hesitation.
How about dick and or balls?
A tasteful amount of both, please.
Okay.
Like cleavage, like ballvage.
Yeah, ball cleavage.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Now,
it's ballvage.
Now, Omar, trending towards your lesbian community, how does this fit on lesbians?
Comfortably.
Omar wins.
God damn it.
Sandeep, I want to say you were really in the running there, but that comfortably pushed it over the edge. Because of course, lesbians do things for comfort. Yes. Of course, absolutely.
It's why Netflix exists. All right.
I mean,
here's our.
I should lose. I feel like I got nothing left to lose, so it's like it's any victory to Omar is really
Sandeep, you still have my respect.
Treading
all right. So far, you still have my respect. So that can be gone by the end of this podcast.
That's highly likely.
So
anyone's game.
Wow, Diego really hitting us with a really loaded, charged ass product.
Yep. Okay. Here's your next one on the list Diego's got for you. It's Bud Light.
Okay, here's my thing. Here before we even start this one. Okay.
Okay.
I think Bud Light has been marketed up the wazoo, right?
Yes.
Like we don't want to change Bud Light, but I think it's all about how it's marketed.
Okay.
So let's just do this without changing the product itself. Can you give me just like the copy of a commercial that is absolutely 100% pandering towards the LGBTQ community. Okay, Omar seems really excited about this one. I'm gonna let him start.
You said pandering.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I want the most explicit details. This is for no one except gay people.
Okay.
Bud Light is for gay people, is what I want. Okay.
We start on an alarm clock going off. Okay.
Gay people love waking up.
It's right. Sunny morning. A mixed race child wakes up in bed. Stretches. Beautiful day.
Can my son be cast in this?
Good morning, dads. And it's two married men making breakfast together, and they say, "Good morning, child." And they have breakfast together. They laugh. Maybe there's a little food fight situation. Did you do your homework? I did, thanks to you, dads. And then it's like, "We love you so much, child." And the child, then the bus comes here, and the bus goes, gay dads, the bus is here. And then they go, "Have a great day at school, honey." And the child goes, "Thank you, dads." 2 kisses on the cheek simultaneously. They love the child exactly the same. The child loves them exactly the same. Child runs out, gets on the bus. Those doors close. Match cut to them standing in the doorway, which I understand is not a match cut. And they're holding hands, and they look at each other, and then they kiss. Bud Light.
Okay. All right. Okay, Omar, some notes. Some notes.
I'm shocked. Okay.
One.
Mm-hmm.
When you involved kids in it
Mm-hmm.
and school, you immediately just
Form
alienated
family.
like 50% of the LGBTQ community because a lot of them do not want or like children, right?
I did not know that.
So I'm not saying that's like a total bummer, because there are a lot that do like and have children, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that starting with a child, and a child that's named Child as well,
In a beer commercial.
in a beer commercial, it might be
Has there ever been a child in a beer commercial? Like ever?
Yeah, like a child comes, it's like a Snickers commercial. A dad's acting really mad, and a child comes in, cracks open a blue moon, and is like, "Hey, Dad, you're not you when you're sober." And then gives him a fucking beer.
Shit.
There's always time for a first. I just don't understand. All right.
Children in I'm calling
have
for
to be
more
good,
children in
just-
beer commercials now. More children in beer commercials.
My idea doesn't have to be good. It just has to be better than Sandeep. So,
Here we go, baby.
All right,
All right.
Sandeep.
all right. You have a degree in marketing.
All right.
Yeah, the mic has been passed to you. What you got for me?
All right. So there's just a lovely, absolute gaggle of of queer friends all going to a convenience store to get some fuel for the party, and they pick up their just 30 rack after 30 rack of Bud Light. Obviously, that is their beer of choice. They come out of the parking lot, and they stop dead because and one of them drops their 30 rack, and it tumbles down to the feet of these cowboy boots.
Chef
right?
Boyardee style. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, and we tilt up to reveal just the most like probably the scariest thing to see. This like Confederate flag wearing, waving pickup truck, like just like the cartoon villain. No, the cartoon villain of like of hate, really. These guys, and they're ready to brawl. I mean, these guys, like this is gonna be a hate crime that we're about to witness. This is not this is not okay.
Oh god.
And I want to say this commercial also is airing right after fucking Abbott Elementary. Okay.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. And it's not looking good for our heroes. But one of them pushes themselves to the front. Okay. It's the short one, obviously.
Okay.
And
Oh my God, Sandeep would say that.
yeah, yeah, and they're tough as nails. And they walk right up to those guys and they pick up their 30 rack, open it up, and they pop open a can of beer, and it just slow-mo sprays up into their faces everywhere, right? The rest of the pals, they get in on it. This is their only weapon to fight back. They grab all of the other cans of beers and they start spraying it everywhere. And it becomes the gas station scene in Zoolander, basically, where there's just the Bud Light's just like flowing out and spraying in their faces and their necks and their backs and dripping down them. And then it gets hot. Okay, because here's what's happening: they're converting them. What gay person doesn't love to make a straight guy gay? I mean, you guys love it. You guys, you love it.
If I lose this one,
no. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Tell me more about what we love.
The amount of my gay friends that are like that love to uncloset people, because that's what's happening here. They're being uncloseted, and it just becomes this loving scene where they just express their love on each other.
Now, how does one express their love on each other, Sandeep?
Fucking. They fuck. And they fuck the Confederate flag into a rainbow flag. And then boom, credit the tagline goes up.
It's a movie. It's a short film.
The tagline goes up and it's like spray your gay. Spray your gay.
Spray your. I'll say this, Sean.
Spray your gay.
I'll say this, Sean. Spray your gay did.
Bud Light.
Okay. Things for
spray
me.
your
Here's
gay.
my thing with Sandeep is that like there have been 2 references of like being gay as being a contagion of like spray gay and like spread the gay to other people, which I will say is in the zeitgeist of now what people think it is. What a lot of people think it is, which is it is not. All right.
That's fair.
So no, but Sandeep, I really love a lot of what you're putting down. Okay, I love a lot of what you're putting.
I'm
down.
saying that they're
Omar,
closeted. Can I just say that they're closeted?
Okay, here's the thing, Sandeep. Actually, the whole closeted bully that beats up a gay kid is pretty reductive, right? Because it's not about being closeted. It's about being a bully, and that's not. It's not. I think.
But
okay,
Bud Light can solve
when I was
that.
A sophomore in college.
But Bud Light can solve that.
How many Bud Lights to turn you gay? That's the premise.
Okay.
That's the premise of your short film.
You weren't in on this one, but I think we should run with what you got cooking.
This appears to be the tagline for the film.
This episode's never going to air.
Oh, because we say gay too much in it, Sandeep? Right. No, okay, Sandeep, I really like a lot of what you're putting down. I like the whole standing up against hate kind of thing.
It's like the Pepsi commercial, you know?
That's exactly what it's like. And the fact that and I think we should learn from that because the Pepsi commercial was what? Bad, right? So it wasn't.
I don't know. We're still talking about it.
That's true. In fact, honestly, oh God, I could go for a Pepsi right now. I'm just thinking about
I'm thirsty.
Miss Jenner popping open a can to those policemen, just like absolutely getting the crack on with the Pepsi. I think this one does have to go to Omar, though. Really
thank you. Thank you.
Sandeep, it's.
I'm problematic, I know.
Yeah, it's. It's so hard when you're.
I have so much to learn.
When you're watching a work of an auteur, right, which is what you are, Sandeep. You're an auteur, and you really have to take it. You have to take it as full. Like, oh, this is a work by Sandeep Parikh.
Yeah.
This is a Sandeep Parikh production.
It's definitely directed by a straight guy. That whole commercial.
Yeah. So I think you have to take it in context, but. In context, and especially coming right after Abbott Elementary primetime block, right? It just would not go over well, I think. So maybe if you put it on a different show, if you just scheduled it a little bit better. Unfortunately, you didn't. You didn't say anything about that, about scheduling.
Maybe after The View, yeah.
Yeah, and also, how is this going to work on streamers, right? Like, how is this going to work on HBO and Netflix when they get ads?
Max.
It's not.
Oh, it's perfect for HBO.
Do you have a 5-second cut
I'm sorry,
for YouTube?
for Max.
Do you have a 5-second cut for YouTube that really gets your point across of that commercial?
Yeah, it's just the Confederate flag turning into a rainbow flag.
And that
Does
was
the
pretty
point go
good.
back?
That one's pretty good. That was pretty good.
All right, we've got one last one. I do think that
Through-
this is.
Oh wait, we do. We have
Fucking-
one last one.
We got
Okay.
one last one.
Okay, then the point goes back to Sandeep because I want you guys to be tied.
No. You can make the last round worth 3 points or whatever.
Okay, last one is worth.
Okay,
3
sure.
points. So
Delvin,
anyone
stop whatever
can
you were
win.
doing.
All right. Last one's worth
It
3
is
points
1 to
apparently.
3.
No, it's up to you. Up to you, Sean. How many points you want to give for this? Sky's the
I'll
limit.
give this one. Honestly, if you win, -1 points.
Oh,
You
so
lose
we're
a point if
trying
you win
to
this
lose-
one.
So we're trying to. Okay.
All right.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle is your final round.
Oh man.
So how do we make Dave
Could he be
Chappelle-
gayer?
Okay.
Could he be gayer?
Here's the thing. You can
Mhm.
totally do. We can do the how to make Dave Chappelle gayer. We can
Mhm.
totally do
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
And your ideas are all in the open. We could also do a tagline. I know we've been describing a lot of commercials. I want a copy of a commercial for Dave Chappelle's Netflix special. You know, like
Oh, okay.
what is Dave Chappelle like? Tune in to see, that kind
Yeah.
of thing. Like, it's a commercial that is trying to get gay people to watch the Dave Chappelle special. It does not have to be indicative of the Dave Chappelle special whatsoever, right? You can absolutely false advertise here. It is just gay. We want gay people to watch the Dave Chappelle special. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay, that's tough because this has now become like
Okay.
a go-to red flag in dating profiles is that you watch the special. So
So I guess it's up to you to try and spin it, right? This is what
This
Pride Month
is-
is all about. It's spinning merch. It's spinning merch towards the queer community.
because you're right, this is the spirit of the challenge: is how does a corporation completely just
at its
soullessly.
core, being gay is about capitalism. I want to make that absolutely clear. Okay. I mean, Omar, you started last time. You are absolutely able to start this time as well if you want.
No.
Sandeep seems pretty tired, and I think we should take advantage of that if you wanted
Yeah.
to win this one, right?
Let's
So,
pounce on that. Let's pounce on that.
So if you
How
want
are
to
you
pounce on
marketing
Sandeep's
Dave
tiredness,
Chappelle?
Sandeep,
Okay.
are you ready?
No, of course not. I didn't look at any of this beforehand, so no. Yeah. So,
Okay.
here's how it
Do you need-
starts.
listen,
Here's how it
Sandeep,
starts.
okay,
Here's how it
go
starts.
ahead,
I got
go
it. Let's go. It just starts with Dave
Mhm.
has transitioned. Like three words. Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Transitioned. And it is and then it's just him apologetic, like sad.
So you're writing the material for Dave?
No, it's just a shot of him like kind of not sad. Sad's the wrong word. It's more like
Apologetic.
entirely apologetic and like
Uh-huh.
truly changed.
Submissive.
Submissive.
Is he
it's
bound? Is he gagged?
It's a high angle shot. No,
Hello.
no.
Okay.
It's just, it's
Mm.
like, it's more just it's like more of a portrait, and like it's just him like slowly looking up, and there's sincerity in his eyes,
Mhm.
and he just says, "I'm sorry. I fucked up." His special.
Okay.
That's
Sandeep,
it.
Okay.
Sandeep. No bad
You're
ideas.
telling me that
no
wouldn't
bad
you
ideas.
tell me
right?
that wouldn't intrigue you? That you wouldn't
No.
click to at least watch 10 minutes of that special if
Sandeep-
you were
Okay, question, Sandeep. Have
rightfully
you-
offended by his stance on trans people?
Okay, Sandeep, here's a legitimate, absolute question, and I want you to answer me 100% honestly. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Have you met a gay person?
Just finish your shitty rhetorical question with whatever you're going to say next. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. Just a really simple question you couldn't answer, so I guess we can kind of read into that one, right? Sandeep, gay people like being happy, right? And you're talking a lot about like he looks sad, he looks like so depressed, he looks so sad, apologetic.
No, I took out the sad cut.
I
used a different take.
I'm more talking about here. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll give you an example, and then I'll let you redo it, which I know you are itching to do because I know you are itching to do more improv.
Great.
I think if it's like slay in to this November's hottest comedy special, Dave Chappelle talks everything taint to hole. He bears his whole full frontal dick on stage, and let me tell you, it is a girthy one, queens. So death drop into this live performance where Dave Chappelle...
Can his dick be sad?
Oh, I wasn't taking notes, but that's cool.
What does that mean?
It's like a sad dick.
All right, Omar, what do you have for us? Omar, anything?
I think I have the answer.
Okay,
personally.
Tell us.
It starts to play a commercial for Dave's next stand-up special, which I'm sure is chock full of incredible insight. And then Megan Stalter pops up and goes, "Hey everyone, Netflix has added a new feature where I will be doing live commentary over Dave's special. And you get to hang out with Megan Stalter so that when you're at the gym at a 24-hour fitness or something and the straights are talking about how much they love it, you'll have all those zingy Stalter comebacks to be like, actually not."
Wow, so you're gonna MST3K Dave Chappelle special with Megan Stalter.
Love it.
100%. With guest starring the host of Lost Culture.
I gotta say, I would watch that.
I absolutely
You've actually got buy-in from me now. How do we make this happen?
Which host of Last Culturistas?
Both
of them. Okay. Okay. I love that. Okay.
Owen's not
Omar,
busy.
Who is the human in this scenario, and who is Tom Servo and Crow in this scenario for the MST3K? That's right, because I did watch MST3K because I was that fucking kid. All right. That's Mystery really Science Theater 3000 to all our viewers that don't know what it is. It's great.
I think everyone here knows what it is.
That is true. Absolutely. It is the EffinFunny channel, isn't it?
Everybody here knows what that is.
Isn't it Felicia Day is like hosting it, right?
Let me just say this, just because I think he would want to be the robot, I want Matt to be the human. That's my vote.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, here's a question for you, just you two. Who would you be on the Spaceship of Love, or what? Enterprise of Love? What's it called? On MST3K, the spaceship. Would you be Cambot, Gypsy, Tom Servo, or Crow?
I don't know them well enough. I'm sorry. I'm the guy that hasn't watched that much MST3K.
Unfortunately, I think I'd be Tom Servo.
I think Sandeep would be.
I think I'd be the shitty movie that they're watching being
Crow's the worst one. Crow's the
being
worst
roasted.
One. It's the most annoying. If you couldn't tell, I've been nursing a blue moon the entire time. So if I've been a little crazy, it's because of that. All right.
I will be honest. I am sure the audience could hear it. There was a lot of sloshing.
The fact that it wasn't a Bud Light is really sad.
You're absolutely right. I was totally drinking into the mic ASMR style. I love that. Okay.
So you two. Okay, so winner takes it all.
What are we looking at score wise right now before I announce?
Score wise, we're looking at 1-3 right now. So if this goes to Sandeep, you've got to get a landslide victory off of this.
Okay, so again,
I will say this. I'm just gonna say this because I'm gonna pull from chat real quick. Oma Laura says it right here. As it is, nothing but a genuine, thorough apology will have me even watching a minute of Chappelle. So you may have all your clever ideas, you may have all your cute little gimmicks, but what's gonna get people to click and watch? I'm just,
Yeah. Okay.
If you're gonna stand by that capitalism, is what matters here, according to your own rules, Sean, that you laid out. It's what sells.
I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah. Just throwing out there.
Omar, any last little tidbits to add on before I announce the victor?
Thing I would say is that, Sean, you said the winner gets a -1 point, so I'm happy with Sandeep taking this one.
But I think I'm gonna say the winner of
overall.
Did he say that?
Overall of this one?
I missed
right?
that.
Okay, I'm gonna say the winner overall.
Okay, and then I do have one last thing to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you so much for letting me be involved in this process. It's been an honor
Omar,
to be
so
involved in the culture.
Thank
your
you
people
for
have
that.
given
Thank
us
you.
so much.
Yes.
And I continue to. I have a cousin who watches Drag Race, so thank you.
I have a cousin.
Thank God for your cousin. Really, that's really beautiful to hear. I really love that. I guess without further ado, I should announce the victor of this game and of this podcast, maybe in perpetuity, right?
Yeah.
I'd say.
Keep in mind, Sandeep did go to war with the church for this.
I have to say, I've taken all of your arguments into account.
Thank you.
And I think in terms of the comedy value, right? I think the funniest one here,
which is what
and the one who deserves to win,
wow,
is me. Actually, I think I'm gonna win this one. I'm winning this one, and it is Pride Month, so I can. So I'm actually
that makes sense.
the host. I'm actually the host this time. And thank you so much for playing. But
all right, I've deducted all their points. I've given them to you, Sean.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So take over this Desi podcast, baby. Once again, we are colonized. Go ahead, Sean.
No, gay people are so ready to take shit over. All right, where do you think our slang came from? Came from the black community. All right, so that is our MO.
Sean, thank you so much for joining us and for also editing the show and doing
Thank you
everything.
for having me. Honestly, this was an absolute blast. I had a great time.
You slayed. Slayed indeed.
Yes, bitch. Okay, thank you.
Bye, Sean.
Love y'all. I'll probably be on when you guys play your game or what have you.
Sounds good. We'll be
See
here.
you, buddy.
Bye.
Oh, damn.
My God, getting judged by a gay judge. I feel like I'm back doing the talent show in elementary school. All right, everyone. Now it's time for our next segment. It's Desi of the Week.
All right, this week, since our episode is all about making it gayer, we wanted to add not one, but two, but three proud LGBTQIA plus Desis of the week. And first up is Onir. He is one of the few openly gay film directors in Bollywood. Onir's 2005 directorial debut, My Brother Nikhil, was the first mainstream Hindi film to focus on homosexuality and AIDS in India. It was released at a time when LGBTQ rights activists were fighting to overturn India's constitutional ban on same-sex relationships.
That's right. Onir won the National Award for his film I Am, which again focused on same-sex relationships. India's defense ministry rejected the script of We Are, a sequel to I Am, his next film inspired by the real-life story of a gay major who had to quit the army because of his sexuality. Though he is disheartened, he will continue to celebrate queer love stories. So Onir, thank you for being one of our Desis of the week.
Nice. Next up is Janani Ramachandran. Janani is a 30-year-old Indian-American social justice lawyer, activist, and artist who became the youngest and first LGBTQ woman of color to serve on Oakland City Council in California in 2023.
Janani, who is also the South Asian Council member in Oakland's history book, What Up, Oakland, took the oath of office as the member of District 4 wearing a sari at the inaugural ceremony on January 10th. I love that.
Rocking that sari. And finally, we got Lilly Singh.
Yes.
Lilly is a Canadian YouTuber, television host, comedian, writer, and actress. Singh began making YouTube videos in 2010. She originally appeared under the pseudonym Superwoman, her YouTube username until 2019.
That's right. Lilly Singh, who came out as bisexual in 2019, gave an inspirational speech about her bisexuality on her talk show A Little Late with Lilly Singh. Addressing the audience, she said, and here's the quote, "There's a lot of homophobia in the Indian community. In fact, when I came out, people told me that I would lose all of my popularity, all of my fans, all of my business in India. But then I didn't. Turns out in a place with 1.3 billion people, a lot of them don't give an F about who I give an F."
That is absolutely perfect. So congrats to our three Desis of the week.
And last but not least, of course, we have Sean Marr, honorary Desi and gay guy.
Cut it. Cut the. Go ahead and cut the.
Put a little marker in here for the editor.
Small suburb in Miami, Florida, and did musical theater, and then became a film and media major. and minored in Japanese language. Thank you so much to Sean Marr and all he gives to this podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what's more problematic. All the stuff I said or Sean claiming to be Desi. I'm not sure. But
did you know he was a film major?
I didn't listen to the
what
words.
What a fun fact.
Sure, Sean is the honorary Desi of the week. We'll throw him in there. And that is our show. As always, if you want to see our lovely faces and the VOD and all the other ways that you can hang out with us, those are in the show notes. Please rate and comment. That helps. That helps us a lot. So please get in there. Take a moment right now. We'll wait. No, we won't. Okay. Hopefully you'll do it. Please comment. Give us those 5 stars or less, whatever. Whatever you feel in your heart. Suggestions, feedback, that can be sent to abcdpodcastshow@gmail.com or our Discord.
That's right. And also, we want to shout out DesiQuest, the TTRPG that stars us and other people who are awesome and are incredible. The show is going to be so good. Go to DesiQuest.com to sign up for that mailing list. That's DesiQuest.com to sign up for that mailing list. And that'll give you all the up-to-the-minute news about the show. And now it's time for us to thank you, the Patreons and listeners.
As always, here's my ballad of love to our Patreons who are at the shout-out level. Ahem. The last people I'd like to thank are the Patreons who put money into our bank, which include Joshua Orion, Talby M. Carlo Wuzak, Benjamin Lowe, Hunter P. Brown, Miranda Hollinger Vaden, Michael Long, Christina Romero, Danny's Corner, Raylan Fox, Selena B, Adam Nickerson, Nebish Heretic, Nervous Rex, I gotta scroll, Sarah H, Grassy, Santa Cruz, Jessica Katuplet, Jeremy O'Brien, Pete Russell, Farouk Asal, Faroon, Moldy Vort, Ali Oxenfree, Philip Dizon, Kathleen Schlegel, Ducati, Reverend Catino, and then now for the couplets. You know this girl, she's got the spark. That's our friend Laura Clark, Scribbles and Flapjacks. He's the best. We love him a lot, and I didn't write a rhyme here. What the fuck? And the thing I love about this last guy is that he's got a gorgeous face. He's the sexiest man in Ohio, and his real name is the real Brandon Pace.
The show is produced by Diego Lanau. Let's get proud. The show's technical director and sound designer is Devin Neville. The show's executive producers are Sandeep Parikh and Anand Shah. This is edited by Sean Meagher, who you just met. This music for the show
Mayor! Mayor! Mar, Omar. Okay. Mar.
It's
Meagher.
written. It's
Meagher.
written.
So the G is silent?
Yeah, like half the letters in the word are silent, all right? Just say M-A-R, Mar.
So let me get this straight. Your last name's like my first name.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Mar. Actually, it comes from the Irish Omaher. So, yeah, it is almost exactly like your name.
All right,
Well,
the
in
show's
that case,
edited
this
by
show-
by
Sean-
Bomar.
The show is edited by Blue Moon with assistance by Sean Marr.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, the show is edited by Sean Omar. The music is done by Marshall Sisodia, Jasper Singh, and Malik Saveri. This has been an EffinFunny production.
On behalf of our co-host, Omar Najam, I've been host Sandeep Parikh. May your chakras be aligned and smothered in chutney.